Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
My name is Stella.
And today we are going to be watching the Overlord openings. So, I don't know a lot about this anime. We were talking a little bit before. I've heard it's like really disturbing. I don't know if it's like just for the sake of, or there's a story thing here, or what exactly. I have just heard, there are anime that you hear about where you're like, oh, Berserk, or Overlord, or whatever. There's you know, a few anime that you'll just hear people talk about of like, oh, I accidentally watched that with my mom, or whatever. That was the first anime I watched, and it was horrible, but they don't really get into detail. So I don't know what to expect with these openings. I'm kind of intrigued. Obviously, the title doesn't really give anything away, and it's only 3 openings, which is very interesting to me too, since I've heard a lot about this anime. So yeah, I guess I just want to get straight into it. As always, let us know what other anime you guys want us to watch, what other anime openings you guys want us to watch, or if you guys want us to watch Overlord. And yeah, let's just get into opening 1. Whoa.
Ooh.
Just going straight into this. What the heck?
This is an interesting song. This is very unlike any
This is
opening.
so... What the heck? Everything is very different. It has a very metal feel and aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Alright, I feel like these are all our characters. Ooh, what the heck?
Some cool character designs for sure. Ooh.
Yeah. They all feel like evil.
Yeah, a little bit. I think that might just be the overall aesthetic of the show, is like a little evil.
Ooh, is that our main guy? Ooh. Whoa. That armor is sick.
That is very cool. And then these little elf guys.
Whoa, okay.
Batman, literally.
What the heck? Wow.
Huh. Intense.
That was very different.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
it
the
felt
song.
video gamey too. I don't know how to explain it. The characters felt more like video game characters than traditional anime characters, especially that main guy, Skull.
Is that our main guy?
Boy. Maybe he is. He's the Overlord. I don't know.
That's so interesting. It's so like it. I almost feel like we're following like villains or anti-heroes or something, like, because the aesthetic is so drastically different. I love it though. I really like the armor. I don't know why. It was very just like over the top, and I don't know what that look is exactly, but there's this kind of like look that they've captured with, especially like a lot of the, like, knights and stuff like that you were seeing, or even like the main skeleton guy, that I think is very interesting. There was like a really cool like wolf that somebody was riding on, but it almost seemed like it was inspired more by like art, because it had this like weird swirly fur as opposed to like the regular texture that it would be. That was all very interesting. I don't know what to think of it. The song kind of threw me off, and I wonder if that's a hint towards the story.
What do you mean?
Like I keep saying, like, I wonder if it's like the reason it was like kind of a more hardcore song and everything like that is because maybe we're not following heroes or something. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'm reading too much into that. I don't know. For some reason, that's catching me up.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I don't feel like I know a lot about the world. It just seems like there's a lot going on. Like, there's not one type of character. Everybody looked different. Like, everybody looked like they had different abilities, different
aesthetics,
designs, different aesthetics, right? There was one girl who was like a very gothic. She had like a big dress. And then there's our Skull Man. And at the end too, he's like carrying a flag. So I wonder if there's maybe a territory thing as well, or battle.
Well, I mean, Overlord. So I'm gonna assume that maybe he is the Overlord, and so there's some sort of like conquest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess with that, I'm really intrigued to see what's going on in opening 2. Oh,
once again, we're starting straight away.
What the heck?
Oh man, alligator army
versus skeleton army. Okay. What the? Okay.
Oh, they're fun. Yeah, so this is very like battle centered.
So are we like conquering the world?
I was gonna say there's all these different like seemingly like groups, tribes, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, see, he was like, all right, so this is like his crew.
Yeah. I
Oh, what
really
the
like
heck?
this song.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
This is crazy. These alligators look awesome, though.
They do. And who's this night kid? Is the most normal looking person there.
Ooh. Yeah, there's this guy, too. We didn't see him before. I saw him in the last opening. Oh, what the... Okay.
A lot of characters, though. Like, all these side characters,
Yeah. Oh, what?
A lot of animals.
Yeah, it's almost like we're like attacking different like species.
That's what it feels like, right?
Which is, I like that. I like so I think you're definitely right about the like conquest. Like I'm almost positive that it's like, oh, we are conquering like skeleton guy and his crew, which is like the horn girl, the maid girl. There's like twins. There's like the guy in the silver big armor. And I think maybe somebody else. It seems like that's like our main group, and they're like conquering the world with their skeleton army. I would assume that everybody else are people that we are conquering.
Yeah, which makes us, you're right, not great. Like, it definitely doesn't seem like we're 100% rooting for our central.
Or we are, and
peoples.
that's just like that's.
I don't know.
I suppose. The song was super cool. I love this like heavy metal. Maybe not heavy metal.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm saying heavy metal, and then people who listen to real heavy metal are like,
heavy metal are gonna be like, bah, it's nothing.
But to me, it was heavy metal, especially compared to your normal anime song. It was that, and I really got a kick out of the different like species. Because it was at first 100%. It was just the alligator, and then there was like all these different things at the end. There's like
a
weird penguin, this goo-headed guy. There was like a sea otter looking something. I don't know. It was very interesting, and I like that. I like that you kind of started seeing the different like cultures and their aesthetic, and you could see it in the opening. Be like, oh, that guy's like from the similar places. This guy, like, there's a guy with tattoos on his head, and he had 2 or 3 like helpers like on his face. It's very interesting. And I guess we're just conquering the world. So, we'll see what theories we have, and on to opening 3. Ooh. Whoa.
Ooh.
This is cool. What the heck? Oh, what the?
Oh, this is so cool. Okay.
This is awesome.
Are these new people? Have we seen them?
Yes. No, these are all new.
Girl power. Wow. All the ladies.
She's not. Whoa, I love this song.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, this is so cool. Okay. It's like jazz.
Yeah, a ton of armies.
Oh my. Oh, goblins?
A goblin army? Little like orc action going on.
What the?
Teeth?
Ew.
Oh, I hate that. Oh.
Okay, I am so obsessed with this song.
This is so good. I'm
like
100% adding this to my library.
3D a little bit.
Oh, and he's really, oh man. He is Overlord for sure by now. If he wasn't before, he is now.
Oh. Did he have a rival there at the end? It almost looked like he had like a rival. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it.
Oh,
that
2 people. Oh.
Was so cool.
That was great.
Yeah. Like the 3 songs,
That one was so fun. I don't know what instrument, the just doink, doink, doink sound is so fun. I don't know how to describe it. The instrument that goes doink, doink.
I think, I feel like I've heard a song like this, and I'm trying to remember what, there's like a genre. It's not dubstep. It's like one of those like...
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Jazz or something, I think it's called.
Sure. And I feel like some of those songs too, I feel like have gone like viral, and I've definitely heard them through like, TikTok and social media, that certain songs of those have...
That was so cool. That final opening was great. Really cool. Mostly it was just
most of our
song, but...
Most of our gang is still around, or from what I can tell. Like, our crew stuck around, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're kicking butt. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but we're kicking butt. And our Overlord just went full, like, Doctor Strange crazy magic at the end there. Okay, so when we looked up the Overlord openings, we found a Crunchyroll playlist, and that Crunchyroll playlist sucked because it gave us openings 1 through 3, and there's 4 openings, so we're filming this after the fact, and then I'm going to edit back in our thoughts on openings 1 through 3 because that's a thing. Yes. So we last left off with some creepy goblins and some more overlording and conquering, and the last song, honestly, opening 3 was my favorite song so far, so I'm kind of excited to see opening. I almost didn't film this, and then I was like, I actually feel like the song is probably really cool and people will be heartbroken. So on to Overlord opening 4. Oh yeah,
already. Yep.
Oh yeah, dude, worth it. Already worth it.
Turning my volume up just so I can have the full experience.
Ooh, with the blood splat, that's cool.
There's our boy.
He's looking epic. I like how this is like less hard than the other ones.
Yeah.
But still kind of fits. Ooh.
It's very cool sounding. This is cool person music.
Oh, look at those guys. Okay, bunny girl. And dragons, what the heck?
That dragon looked a little derpy. I don't know what he was doing with his legs.
He had glasses.
Oh my gosh. the
Oh my gosh, I love the armor.
I was just saying, just the different teams seems like a lot of fun. Like, it seems like a fun assortment of characters.
Oh, that was sick. Oh my, look at the 3D camera work there. Oh, look at that.
Yes, yes,
like Titan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The Angel of Death? I don't know who that was.
Oh my gosh. This is so...
Who is that?
Oh, that guy's cool.
With his, like... Oh,
I have no idea.
Face. Ah. Yes. Top tier character
What?
design.
Wait, but what was with the T
I
at
don't
the
know.
end?
I wasn't going to question it. I don't feel like that's a question that's going to get answered.
T, but the T.
The T is
that was amazing.
Top-notch character design.
That was so cool.
Wanted to crack up for a second because that like white knight character who was like telekinesis and floating, making stuff float, looked just the tiniest little bit like the knight villain from Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
So,
oh man.
No, I've never watched Scooby-Doo.
So good.
That looks really... I love the character design.
Yes.
I'm torn because I can't tell from what I've heard people tell me. I don't know if I would like this anime, but like all of the aesthetic and designs and characters look incredible. So, like I love all of them.
At the end of the day, like whether or not you watch it, you got to like make it your wallpaper or something because like it's got some really
100%.
sick character design or like some laptop
100%.
stickers. I would get stickers of some of these characters.
and it's gone further. Like we're 4 openings in, right? And they've kept, like you were saying, they have unique character designs. Yep. It's not just like, oh, the wolf people and then the crocodile people, and then it's like they're different. Even the armor, like the full plate armor, which is super hard to animate. By the way, that's like one of the hardest things to animate in 2D.
Armor.
Because
of how it
because
moves?
if it's plate armor, plate armor is super hard to do perspective on. So the animation in all of the plate armor has been incredible, and then obviously it's like all very different, and the characters are all very unique, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah,
and the song was dope.
The song is so good.
Like I've saved all of these songs.
Cool person music.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say plot wise because I feel like we kind of have the plot down.
I think it's really,
maybe that's really cocky of me. I think that the plot isn't crazy. It's just what happens within that, right? There's a lot of complications.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's
conquering the world.
But generally, it's he's gonna become the Overlord. He's gonna take everyone down, and
which actually is really interesting. I don't know what to think of that. That's a very interesting.
It's a fun motivation for a protagonist, not necessarily for a hero, because I think we've kind of established it doesn't seem
I
like
think
he's not a hero.
We're definitely dealing with protagonist, antagonist, not hero.
Yeah. Not hero villain, because he but it's a fun motivation because you get to follow someone. It's like, do you even get to root for him, or does the show make you root for him or them?
It's super interesting too because and this may not be the case, but at least aesthetic wise, all of the people in our crew look like bad guys. And a lot of the people that we're facing don't, and I think that's really interesting. This is some of my favorite opening music that we've listened to. I would put it up there with JoJo's.
Yeah, that was. Well, it captures your attention too, which is, you know.
And I feel like it really stands out. Like it has a personality that I would assume matches the anime, and I think that's always really cool. Like doing these opening reactions, that's always really cool. Is you have an opening that seems to kind of embody the mood of the anime. Yeah, so I don't know. Let us know if you guys want us to watch Overlord in the comments down below, and then let us know what other anime openings you guys want us to watch or endings. And thank you just for being here. Thank you for joining us, for watching these anime openings. Are always real fun, or at least hopefully. I don't know. I feel like it's really fun watching us not know what's going on in the openings, because I've edited a few of your opening reactions where I've seen the anime, and it's really fun. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these. Like I said, if you are, let us know what other openings you guys want us to react to and watch, and what other anime you guys want us to watch. And all that being said, thank you just for being here. Thank you for joining us, for watching. If you're new, welcome. Hopefully you stick around, and if you do, we will see you all in the next video.